Hi, my name is Babette, and welcome to Lesson 10 of Babette's Guide to Rhythm. In this lesson, we're going to be talking about the half note and the half note rest. So I'm going to start by drawing you a half note. And it's kind of like the quarter note in that it takes up that space, but we don't fill in and draw. It's just an open kind of oval. It's the same length as two quarter notes, but they are filled in. One half note equals two quarter notes. The biggest issue with most students is that they don't really want to hold a half note for two full beats. But I know now that since we've been doing a lot of subdividing, this really shouldn't be a problem for you. Now we'll also learn about the half note rest, which kind of sits on top of the line like this. It's just like a little black thing on top of the line. So this half note rest and this half note and these two quarter notes take up the same amount of space. One more thing. There are 3 exercises in this lesson, and the third exercise, is going to have 2 quarter notes, but they're going to be tied together. Oh, there's another smiley face. These 2 quarter notes, when they're tied together, are the same as a half note. In other words, you don't play one quarter note and then play the next quarter note. You hold 2 full beats, just like you would if it was printed at a half note, as a half note. You'll see what I mean when we get there. And I think that's really all I have to cover right now. So, let's get started. We're going to start this little short exercise at a metronome marking of 92. Don't forget to count off 2 measures, which is 8 beats, before you begin. Now it's time to take a deep breath, and let's begin. Now we'll do the same exercise at a metronome marking of 120. Again, do not forget to count off 8 beats or 2 measures before you start. Let's take a deep breath and begin. One more time for exercise 1. We'll do this one at a metronome marking of 152. Again, don't forget to count off 8 beats, 2 measures at the beginning. Now take a deep breath and let's begin. We're going to start exercise 2 at a metronome marking of 92. In this exercise, you'll see the half note rests. So now it's really important to feel that pulse. Remember how much I stressed feeling the pulse. You really need to do that so that you'll wait the 2 full beats of that half note rest. Remember to count off your 8 beats or 2 measures before you start. And now it's time to take a deep breath and begin. Now we'll do exercise 92 at a metronome marking of 120. Again, remember to feel the pulse, count off those 8 beats or 2 measures. Now it's time for a deep breath and begin. And now exercise 2 at a metronome marking of 152. Feel the pulse when you count off those 8 beats or 2 measures. Let's take a deep breath and begin. And now we're going to start exercise 3 at a metronome marking of 92. And you'll see here that we have the 2 quarter notes tied together. Let's look at a couple of reasons why this would happen. Let's look first at the 4th note of the first measure is tied to the first note in the next measure. Those 2 quarter notes together we know equal a half note. But you can't put a half note over a bar line. So instead, they have to tie 2 quarter notes together. It's still the same length. It just has to be expressed on paper a little different way. You'll also see that notes 2 and 3 are tied together. And often notes are tied together in the middle for clarity so that the reader knows exactly where the next beat is. Okay, so let's get ready. Let's remember to feel that pulse when we're counting off our 8 beats or 2 measures at the beginning and throughout. And let's now take a deep breath and begin. Okay, now we'll do exercise 3 at a metronome marking of 120. Feel the pulse when you count off those 8 beats or 2 measures. It's time for a deep breath and begin. Now we're at the final time for exercise 3 and also for this lesson. This time we'll do it at a metronome marking of 152. You will of course remember to feel the pulse when you count off your 8 beats or 2 measures. And you'll remember to feel the pulse for the entire exercise. Now it's time to take a deep breath and begin. Thank you for following along with me on lesson 10 about the half notes and half note rest. I hope you learned something through this lesson. I'm really looking forward to seeing you again for lesson 11. If you have any questions or comments, don't hesitate to leave them below. And below you're going to find a subscribe button. Please subscribe to my channel, and also why don't you share my channel with your friends and family. Thank you so much. See you next time, and until then, bye-bye.